Hello, everybody, and welcome back to our episode 111. 111. What are you two freaking opening your mouths
You're
for?
so good at this. Out of all these intros, you're just so smooth. It's so
What is it?
flawless.
Smooth
every time.
operator.
Yep.
Operator. You've
Yeah,
not taken a
Carlos
leaf
Sainz.
out of Carlos Sainz's book.
No, Mr. What was it? He won Singapore, didn't he?
Uh-huh.
Carlando won 2. We'd love to see it.
Oh, wait. Does that mean
yeah.
Verstappen didn't win something?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was sick.
It was still boring, I'm not going to lie. I did watch it in
Yeah, I
between
didn't watch
BSB
it,
races, and it was like...
You need the BSB to spice it back up again.
Yes, it was good
With Tommy
timing.
Bridewell doing his stuff, and then...
Thoughts? What happened? Right.
Yeah.
So, safety car was out, and he just kind of was like... He didn't... As far as I'm aware, he didn't do anything, like, illegal. It was just a bit, like...
He just slammed the brakes on.
Yeah, it's
The
just kind of
rule
like
states-
uncouth, right? Or what? But then he got a penalty, so surely he did something.
There is a rule that states you can't ride dangerously or too slowly behind the safety car, and Tommy basically just, as he said in his Instagram thing today, let the throttle off, and the data proves that apparently, and then just absolutely went for it afterwards to try and gain like a second on everybody else. If you get the jump once our safety car goes in, you can gain a second, like it's like taking candy off a baby, you know, like so fast. So he was basically trying to do that, but slowed down too much to the point where it nearly caused a 5 or 6 rider pile up. I think it was Ryan Vickers who had to take evasive action, nearly slamming into the back of Lee Jackson. And it just caused absolute carnage.
Yeah, it was wild.
And then Tommy lost the victory for it and got demoted from 1st to 6th. Proceeded to then wave the one single-fingered salute to the box, you know, the commentary box or whatever, the tower, the control tower, that's it, that Stuart Higgs and all that occupies, and just basically was just doing middle fingers around the cooldown lap as well. And then did a very interesting interview as well, where he just talked a lot of smack.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
You're better off not seeing it, to be honest.
Right.
The social media comments, either side, have been nuts. Like Higgs, Glenn Irwin, and Tommy Bridewell have got all sorts of malarkey. People are like having an argument saying that Tommy has done nothing wrong, and then you got other people saying Glenn Irwin's a scumbag, and you're like, what is going on?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, based on what the rules are, I do still think that Tommy deserved the penalty that he got. It was a bit irresponsible. I do understand on the flip side that he sort of thought, you know, the riders behind him should be anticipating his actions and should be more aware of their surroundings, which, okay, yes, if you've watched the onboards as well, you can see how quick it was. My reactions wouldn't be good enough to start braking in time, and, you know, for some people it was just that split second of, oh my God, all of a sudden Tommy's there and you just don't expect him to be there sort of thing. I do definitely see both sides. I see both sides between Glenn and Tommy as well. I just think that all Tommy needed to do was go, look, I deserved the penalty, I hold my hands up, I did wrong, but at the end of the day I still won the race, and, you know, it is a bit annoying now to get the win taken off me, but I'll take the penalty and I'll come back in 2 weeks in Donington and win and prove myself. And the whole, I'll let my race and do the talking, let it actually do the talking. That's all he had to do. Just hold his hands up and go, look, yep, I maybe don't agree with it, but I'll take it on the chin and I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. But obviously, heat of the moment, that's not what happened, but it's easy to say that's what he should have said.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, hindsight is a beautiful thing. Hindsight's 20/20, as they say. It was interesting because it's on the straight. There's like a long straight section heading towards that corner where Tommy, it's like the last corner, and then you come up the hill onto the start straight. And he basically gunned it down the straight, absolutely blasted it. He said he wants to keep the temperature in his tyres and things like that. And so obviously, because he blasted it down the straight, of course everyone's going to follow him because they want to stay within that time. But then because Tommy let the gas off a lot earlier than anticipated, the riders behind him have gone from going 100% to 20%. And yeah, of course you got to anticipate that, but in the same way, people aren't mind readers either.
No, it was something to do with the safety car though, because I think the safety car has to be fully into the pits.
You have to be 5 meters behind it, I think.
Yeah.
And Tommy, because wasn't it the other year? God, it may have been last year. It was like Ride and all that just drove past the safety car whilst it was on track still.
Yeah, there was an incident because I'm not sure what it was, but the commentators were talking about it. So a lot of people then sort of took it as Tommy was catching up to the safety car way too much, and if he'd kept on the pace that he was at, he would have got a penalty for overtaking the safety car before the safety car. I think it has to cross the white lines into the pits before you're allowed to pass it. And if he was going the way that he was going, he would have got a penalty because he would have overtaken the safety car. But he then took obviously quite quick a phase of action and slowed down way too much. And yeah, the riders behind are thinking, oh, he's away here. So they're following him. And
of course, going to try and follow him, yeah.
Yeah. But I'm just glad no one fell off, because that would have been worse if that had happened.
Horrendous.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd been really bad. It'd been a multi-rider pile up, I think.
I think a lot of people would have been mad as well, rather than just the two at the top.
Yeah, just a little bit. But very interesting weekend. Nice to see Glenn and Tommy on top step, of course, in respect to Paul Bird, who obviously tragically lost his life the other week. A legend of the motorsport paddock, not only in BSB, but in MotoGP as well, when he ran Michael Laverty and Brock Parks on the PBM machines back in the day, the CRT bikes, obviously the Macau GP, the Alamanti T, the Sunflower races as well. Anything you can think of that's got a motorcycle in it, Paul Bird's been in it. He's even done car racing as well.
Yeah.
So he's been here, there and everywhere. So it is nice to see. And they had a lot of his BSB championship winning bikes in the paddock as well. Shaky Byrne was there, who'd won at least two. Sorry for not knowing exactly how many he won for BABM, but it's at least two. One with the Cowie, one with the Ducati titles for PBM. So Josh Brooks won one for PBM, so did Scott Redding. And it's just nice to see everybody turning out for him, really.
Yeah, definitely. It was a nice tribute when everyone was on the grid. I don't know if people have seen the pictures, but that was nice. So I'm hoping that as much as the rivalry is fun to watch on track, I hope it doesn't turn too sour, and that the two guys can just think of, this is for Paul more than anything else.
That's it. I mean, you got two guys fighting for the championship who are our teammates.
Yeah.
And the championship leaders swapped multiple times. And we're going to the showdown now as well.
Yeah.
So it's just going to get spicier and spicier, and it's going to be actually very interesting to watch, I think.
I'm so excited. Glenn leads by 0.5 points, by half a point.
Wow. Really?
Half a point.
I did not know.
Love it.
Half a point.
Excellent.
That's unreal. Have they done the... Yeah, because this was the showdown now, wasn't it? Is that right?
The points are funny. I don't understand the points. I didn't realise.
35 points a win now, isn't it?
Yeah, but second place is like 3 points behind that or something.
Yeah, so for most of the year, it's been 25 for a win and 22 for second, which keeps it nice and close at the top. So I think... I'm not sure how the showdown's working at the moment.
I know it's funny points because... Well, I don't know exactly, but Glenn led after race 2 with 3.5 points, but then after Tommy won the third race, Glenn led by half a point now going into Donington. Right. So there's 3 points in it, first and second place. Yeah,
and then at Brands Hatch, so I've got it here. So it's all just a bit confusing, to be honest. But there's title contenders. There's Glenn Irwin first, Tommy Bridewell second, 0.5 points back. Carl Ride third, 60.5. Leon Haslam fourth, 77.5. Lee Jackson, and then Jason O'Halloran. At Brands Hatch, there's 3 races, and each win has 35 points available, with second with 30, then the third 27, fourth 24, and so on and so forth. The chasing pack, which is any rider within 180 points of the current standings leader going into Donington, which is the next race, can still become champion. And that's Brooks, Idden, and Vickers. But they are only eligible to score 25, 22, 20, but that's not for the showdown finale at Brands. It's all a bit confusing.
Yeah,
it's really confusing.
I can't say that's cleared much up for me, if I'm honest.
It's all, they have made a graphic for it. It is still a bit confusing. Even reading it out, I'm a bit like, But BSB, I like BSB though, because they'd do these things. Like a few years ago, it was if you started from last and won the race, you won like 20 grand. or something like that. There was prize money on offer for that, things like that. I like that they do shake things up a little bit.
The showdown in theory is really good because it does spice it up, and although we're going, oh, it's between Glenn and Tommy, anything can happen in these next 2 rounds, and it could be any of those names that you just mentioned, which definitely keeps things interesting. I don't think it will be anyone else other than Glenn or Tommy winning it, but
no, I don't.
It's nice to have that, like, I don't know, that interest there, you know. It could be anyone.
Well, it was like a few years ago with Tyron McKenzie. Because it was, who was it? It was a Halloran that was kind of an early...
Tommy and... Oh yeah, Halloran, was already there, wasn't he? Yeah,
like early favourite, and then... But
then it went...
showdown,
and then it was Tommy
stuff.
and Taron in the showdown,
Spicy. I like it, you know. It's great racing anyway, and then just having these extra little quirks in there just makes it like an entertaining...
It draws you to watch it too.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Because it's confusing otherwise, because if you missed a race, you'd be going, oh, what's happened? What's happened here? The points are a bit funny, but if you're actually watching it, you're going, okay, now it all makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they don't do that thing where they add like 500 points to the tallies or something anymore. Because riders have finished the season with over 1,000 points and something like that, because it add enough points that makes it mathematically impossible for anybody who's chasing.
It's all
but
relative.
Now they're doing it where there's just more points available for the last riders, I guess.
Interesting. But it's good that they kind of continually have an iteration like this, rather than just being like, the points are the points. You know, maybe we could do sprint races for half points. You know, once every 15 years. Like every year, every couple of years, they think, what else? How can we... what can we adjust to make this more entertaining? And I don't know, maybe MotoGP need to be thinking along these lines as well. I know, like I said, they've added the sprint races, which has been entertaining. I don't know.
I like it because it just stops riders running away with it as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the fact that we've got the 2 title contenders. There's been 27 races so far. There's 33 on the calendar, over 11 rounds, and the top 2 are separated by half a point. Like, that is insane.
Nice.
Imagine one of them wins it by half a point. Like, I love that sort of stuff. That's fun.
Was it Biaggi or Sykes won it by half a point years ago? World Superbike, something like that. Unreal. But yeah, I do like BSB for that, and it's good. And you go there and you walk straight into the paddock and see all the riders milling around and things like that. And you've got big names in there. Michael Dunlop was racing this weekend in place of Charlie Nesbitt, was it? Who was injured, or maybe Josh Owens, one of the two. Yeah, it was Josh Owens, I think. You know, and you've got massive names, and you've got in the support class, John McGuinness has been riding. You've got TT riders like James Hillier in there and stuff. Yeah. It's just nice to see, you know. Tito Rabat was there as well.
Great.
Is there not rumours of Loris Baz coming next year?
I don't know.
Maybe I've made that up. I definitely read that on Twitter.
He retweeted something from BSB the other day, or liked a thing about Tommy Bridewell earlier on Twitter. I did see that. That would be very good. Rob Petrucci was rumoured to go there, wasn't he, for a while?
Was he?
Was he?
Yeah, Petrucci. Petrucci nearly went to, what's his face? Oxford racing last year. There was lots of talk about Petrucci going there. But then it was Christian Iden that signed eventually, because Petrucci went to
Barney.
Yeah.
Barney, that's it. Baz did used to race in BSB as well.
Wow, every day's a school day. I didn't know that.
And yeah, you are right. So Speed Week have said that it'll be Toprak and Vandermark in the SMR squad. Then Bonovo will be Scott, Redding and Garrett Gerloff. Baz is out and has been offered a BMW seat with the same money as what he'd get in World, apparently, according to Speed Week.
Wow.
Greg Haynes also reported that as well.
Yes.
In talks of Synetic BMW. There you go.
Yeah, it was Greg. His tweet.
Yeah, Greg Haynes. Yeah. There you go. So yeah, it's interesting.
That'd be good.
Talking of other moves, Mr. Franco Morbidelli was confirmed today, wasn't he?
Yes.
That was underwhelming.
I mean, it was the worst kept secret ever, but I've also no words for it. It's just, I mean, well done to him for somehow managing to get the biggest, best upgrade in the world. I'm so excited to see
24 Ducati.
Yeah, what he can do on the bike. I really hope it works for him. I really hope that he can be a title contender next year and that he can just jump on the bike and automatically be good. You do feel for some other riders who are still stuck on their crap bikes for another year, but I mean, yeah, fair play to him. And yeah, I hope he's good. I really, really hope it works for him.
Yeah, like Frankie and or his manager must have some riz, because
his manager's Valentino Rossi, so
is it
just straight up?
I'm sure it is, because he's part of the VR46 squad, isn't it?
Yeah, but does that mean
they
Rossi's...
manage all their riders' contracts?
Yeah, like
be like Uccio. It'd be like.
To be fair, Uccio's a smooth talker. In fairness,
yeah. So it'd be, because he's in the VR46 academy. A lot of their contracts are negotiated by Rossi and his team of people.
Wild. Go on, sorry.
I was just going to say, do you think it's because Bez decided to stay? Did they go
Bez
here,
was
have Frankie instead?
Yeah, because Frankie had an option at the VR46 squad, but Bez wanted to stay. So it was then a case of putting Frankie in the Grassini squad instead, with Bez on a GP24 anyway. Paolo Ciabatti even said he really wanted to see Morbidelli on a factory Ducati anyway.
That
in
helps.
The Pramac squad, that is.
Yeah.
So
interesting.
He just kind of... I think because Ducati wanted him anyway, it's an Italian rider anyway, he's won 3 MotoGP races. People say he's doing horrendously, but he's only, 17 points behind Fabio in the championship at the moment. And they're literally, Fabio's 11th, Franco's 12th. He's won 3 races. I think Franco, on a good day, on a good bike, is a machine.
Oh, I mean, he's world championship material on a good day.
He's a Moto2 world champion as well.
He should have been 2020 world champion too.
Exactly.
I stand by that one, but yeah.
Yeah, people have short memories. They say that Franco doesn't deserve the seat and things like that. I see it all over social media, like, he doesn't deserve this. If you got rid of Zarco for Franco Morbidelli, it's like, and they're like, oh, they think of Fabio being better than Franco. It's like, Fabio won the 2021 championship, sure, but Morbidelli nearly won it a year prior with the exact same wins as Fabio.
Yeah, like people's memory of how good Fabio seems a lot stronger than people's memory of how good Franco is.
Yeah.
Everyone's memory's a bit crap at the minute though, because there's people going, Marc Marquez shouldn't be racing anymore.
And it's like,
yeah, well, that's pretty wild. Yeah.
Well, I got people saying that Pedro Costa's not very good, and you're like, are you funny? Are you okay?
My dad has a funny. I'm going to throw him straight under the bus here. A funny opinion on it. He's like, why does everyone want Pedro Acosta so bad? And I'm like, have you sat down and watched? Like, he watches every race with me. I'm like, are you watching the same thing that I'm watching? He just doesn't get the hype.
Well, I've got a little tidbit about Pedro Acosta as well for you.
Ooh,
go on then.
Do tell.
So, you know, Jake Dixon made his comments about Pedro the other week in the media.
Oh, yes.
What did he say?
He said about him being the next Marc Marquez and he beat him kind of thing. There is a reason for that. Because Pedro's been doing all sorts of mind games in the paddock and getting right in Dixon's head and saying all sorts of crazy stuff to Jake.
Okay.
So Jake was just clapping back to what Pedro's been saying, basically. But Pedro's been doing it in secrecy, basically.
Interesting. All right.
So Pedro's just been winding him up. Basically, he's probably been doing it with Arbolino as well. Let's be real.
But then, I mean, it seems like it's working then, because he kind of almost made his rival, shall we say, it made Dixon. I don't want to get back into it too much, but it made him make a bit of a fool of himself on TV. Do you know what I mean? In an interview, because he was in his head and he wanted to clap back. So
yeah.
I don't know, but like that's part of what we'd be missing. We'd be missing these.
Yeah. But the thing is, Pedro's good at that. Like,
Yeah.
do you remember when he was battling Foggia for a title and he was waving to him on the warm-up lap because he'd just beaten his lap time and he was like, hello there, you know.
Yeah.
If he's doing that on live TV and on track, can you imagine what he's doing in the paddock?
Was that not the
Behind
same race
closed
that
doors?
Darren Bender took Foggia out on?
Yeah.
It's like he slipped Darren Binder 20 quid. And it's like, go on.
Please.
Yeah. But then I don't know. We need a menace in the paddock, don't we? Especially since Jack Miller's probably going to be ousted.
Yeah, that's the talk at the moment, isn't
Yeah.
it? Jack Miller out of KTM for Pedro. Because I don't... So, Franco Morbidelli's confirmed at Pramac. That's one less seat, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Vietti and Onshu have now been confirmed to IO,
Yeah.
meaning Pedro Acosta does not have an IO Moto2 seat next year. So that means he's guaranteed to move up. Where the hell's he going to go? And all the talk is about Jack Miller at the moment.
They fumbled the bag hard, KTM.
Again.
Like, really bad. Really, really, really bad. I actually, in Mazzano, seen Aki Ayo at dinner by himself. So,
Aw.
not good. Should have went over and asked him. Been like,
Yeah.
lad,
You should have.
what's going on here? Hervé Poncherol's
Yeah.
also out for dinner. Same place, but they
Was he?
weren't sitting together, so I don't know if that has
Interesting.
anything to do with it.
Lauren with the scoop.
I have
Oof.
all the juicy details
All the
here.
scoops.
Man
Yeah.
eats dinner alone. Yeah.
Crazy.
That's
Yeah.
juicy.
Wow. Yeah, but yeah, a lot of talk about Miller maybe. 'Cause, it depends on Marc Marquez as well, because there's obviously this Grassini thing. Marquez has got plan A, plan B, plan C. I can only imagine one of the plans would be Grassini, Ducati. One of the plans would be
Stay.
Honda. One of the plans, yeah. And the third plan, I would assume, would not be to retire, because he did confirm that in the Australia Galicia event last weekend that he will not be retiring. Full stop. Maybe to do a sabbatical like Dovi and come back in 25. That's
Nah.
the only thing I can think of as his third option. Especially with that Pramac seat's closed now, so that's a door shut for Marc Marquez.
I don't think that door was ever really open. No one.
No,
I don't think was
Maybe cracked
seriously
open
putting.
a little bit, but
Yeah, no
No.
one was seriously putting Marquez on the.
And the only
Pramac
person to start the Grassini rumours was Marc Marquez when he posted that video being like
yeah,
the funny Instagram video.
This is it. Like things are happening. That was
Yeah,
it.
and it's like he was the only one instigating it. Like no one else has really been.
But I think they're staring at it because Repsol Honda did that thing last week where they're like, oh, something's happening at 2:00, and then Marcus is at the blooming Australia Galicia event, and you're like, with a load of microphones in his face, and you're like, oh my word, and then it's just Honda hyping up a Santi Hernandez video.
I actually really want to watch that. I like Santi Hernandez in fairness.
I really like those behind the scenes or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
They're really good. The Bradle one, I loved the Bradle one.
But they knew what they were doing when they said, announcement at 2 p.m. today, or see you at 2 p.m. today, knowing that Marc
Yeah.
Marquez was at that event, and everyone's going, oh my god, it's happening, it's happening, it's happening.
Yeah. Because Marcus has said it'll decide between India and Japan, is it?
Yeah.
When's Japan?
I guess I was just about
Next
to
week?
find it out. Yeah.
Back to back.
Oh, is it?
I think they're back to back, yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
So,
it's a logistical nightmare.
yeah, just a
Yeah.
little bit.
Apparently half the people haven't got their visas yet for India.
Oh, great. Love that. Yeah, it is. It's a week out. So we should find out maybe next week.
Interesting.
That's even if the Indian GP goes ahead, because as me and Axel spoke about on the last week's podcast, it's not even homologated at the moment.
I
Yeah.
can't believe you managed to get that out in one go.
I don't know.
No, I did very well, didn't
That's
I?
a long word for you.
No, thank you. How many syllables? Homologated. 5 syllables? Wow.
7 syllables.
That is-
You heard
what?
it here first.
I promise he didn't practice this beforehand either, folks.
No. I was sat locked myself in a dark room and just said, homologated, homologated, homologated.
Maybe you should practice the intro when you're doing that.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. But yeah, it's not even homologated yet.
Wow!
I know. I just
2
said it again.
times in a
Again.
row?
I know, but
Ooh.
You can't
showing
do
off
it
now.
3 times.
homologated.
Oh, that's it.
Oh my god. What? But what happens if they don't even go? Or they can't race, the riders are because a lot of we went through the track, me and Axel last week, and a lot of the corners basically onto brick walls. Well, not brick walls, but there's not much runoff whatsoever.
Just don't crash.
And Aleix missed the safety meeting as well for the first time in 5 years. What if Aleix just goes around and goes, you know what, I'm not riding here?
But he needs people to back him up. This is the age-old problem in MotoGP, is that a lot of riders have opinions on safety. Aleix obviously being number one, but no one's willing to stand with him and create a riders' union. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Yep.
That is true.
Must be a good feeling when Aleix is willing to ride your track.
When what? Aleix is what?
Wants to ride the track.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Well, I've seen them all riding it on the MotoGP game this last few days.
Oh.
Brock Pearson, the SBK rider, the Desmo Sport Ducati rider, posted a video of him, and he raced the track years ago in some like Honda Cup. The lines he was taking were absolutely insane because it's a car track, of course. And some of the lines he was taking were just absolutely wild. So I'm really intrigued to see the way that obviously the best riders in the world attack the track, because some of the corners and stuff, you think you need to be by the apex, but all the riders are like all the way wide instead and just taking the strangest lines. So I'm really intrigued actually to see how these motorbikes will function around this track.
Yeah, I like a new track, to be fair.
I always love that FP1 where they just go out for the first time and they're like stupidly slow because they don't really know where the braking markers and things like that are.
Yeah. I mean, I hope it goes ahead safely. Just purely as a spectator, of course. I want to see a race this weekend.
Yeah. Although it is the start of the ungodly hours of the morning.
It's true.
This one's not too bad. I did check earlier. I think the race is at like 11 on Sunday, but Moto3 is on at like 8 a.m. I think.
Yeah, and FP1's like 4 a.m. I hate this part of the year. I think was it last year? I basically spent entire 6 weeks just living on Asian time, like even just through the Monday to Friday, because I could not be bothered to sort my sleeping pattern out. So I just did Monday to Friday for 6 weeks. Well, and the weekends.
This must be around the time I started last year.
Yeah, it must be, yeah.
Because it was all funny times.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah, it's just like long nights and stuff. But it's fine because we'll watch it live for the people at home, you know?
Oh, no, my sister said we sounded really salty about that.
Whoops.
I was like, I didn't mean to. And she's like, no, you sounded raging the whole time.
Oh, my word. Whoopsie. Sorry.
Obviously, our comedy doesn't come across very well.
No, clearly not. We don't have careers in comedy, do we?
No.
No.
No,
I don't think we're ever going to.
Career in saying things. No.
Did you hear about apparently the track is also infested with snakes?
Oh, I love that. F1 had lizards, didn't they, at the weekend?
Yeah, and Fernando Alonso bloody killed one.
Yeah.
Livid.
There's also... Sorry, carry on.
There's a funny Twitter page that said something along the lines of like Moto3 riders aren't allowed to make the snakes their pets and like use them as their advantage.
Nice. Is that? Oh yeah, Sofa Racer.
Sofa Racer. Yeah.
Yeah.
The actual tweet was funnier than how I just described it, but
let's read it out. FIM Sporting Conduct Update. Following the approval of the EGA, riders in the Moto3 class at Buda International Circuit are banned from adopting circuit snakes as pets with the intention of placing them in a competitor's helmet and closing the visor on the grid.
And then he said something about that specifically goes out to Dennis Onchi.
Yeah, he said, word in the street says the FIM got wind of a plot. No idea who, but we're looking at you, Dennis Onchi.
So
that rhymes.
Wait, so does that mean it's fair game for Moto2 and MotoGP riders?
Yeah.
Oh, of course I'll have that snake.
Yeah.
100%.
You're like, Jay, come here.
Snake Dixon.
Nice.
Anyway.
There's a snake in my boot. But yeah, just be a good race. I hope it's a good weekend. I hope it goes ahead for one.
I hope we get some out there winners.
Yeah.
Have you seen the rules though for the race weekend?
Yeah, you can't wear a helmet. Can't bring money with you either.
As a fan, like riders can wear helmets.
Oh God, yes. Sorry, clarify that.
I was really taken aback there. Come on. We're gonna get some slow lap times, aren't we?
Yeah. Yeah. So if you're going to the event, this is what got leaked on social media anyway, by Book My Show, whatever that is, the MotoGP Barat. You can't bring power banks, cigarette lighters, selfie sticks, wooden sticks. So I guess if you've got a walking stick, you're screwed. Sharp objects, backpacks, bottles, binoculars, coins, helmets, food, weapons, cameras, and umbrellas. So
wow.
That's an interesting one. Yeah, like some of them I get. Like, yeah, you don't really want bringing weapons, but a camera?
I guess their definition of a weapon is pretty broad as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, what kind of weapon?
What kind of weapon? Like a stapler? Is that a weapon? Can I bring that? I don't know.
Well, you can't bring a wooden
Anything's a
stick,
weapon if you try
so it must be quite broad, a weapon.
Yeah,
Anything with like a sharp end to it, possibly.
But like wooden sticks, does that equal like walking sticks as well, or?
Surely not. You can bring an aluminium one though.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of those tennis balls on the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can bring your simmer frame, but not a bloody walking stick.
Is this like purely for the safety of, I guess, like for safety
the snakes?
Or the snakes? Yeah. Stop people bagging. You can't bring a net with you.
Yeah, or a backpack to steal the snakes. Yeah, bring them home. But like power banks, like people need to charge their phones, dude. If you're at a track all day,
there's an F1 track that has. I don't know if they still do it. It was like Monza or something like that a couple of years ago that were funny on power banks. I think.
Doesn't make sense, does it?
Coins is the one that gets me because at Misano everything was cash. You couldn't pay. Most things weren't contactless, so you had to have money on you. How are you meant to buy stuff at the circuit?
I guess to stop people throwing coins at riders, maybe.
What are they expecting to happen?
When has that ever happened?
You'd be surprised.
Coins?
But I don't understand. Yeah. Like, have they just envisaged like all of these older people like lobbing coins and walking sticks and cameras and weapons?
Here's one. You can bring a flare. I've just realised.
What?
Well, it's not on the... A flare's not a weapon.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I don't know.
My dad nearly murdered people at Misano when they let out those bloody red flares. You couldn't see a thing on the track.
Bloomin' heck. Yeah, it's really bad. Some of the when they absolutely cover the track, like when they had the yellow ones, and you couldn't really see where they were going. Yeah,
one year they took all the flares off people, and some people obviously did still get them in, but whoever took them off the people just brought them to the inside of the track, and because it was Rossi's last race, they just let all the flares off, but on the inside of the track.
Nice.
At the end of the race. I was like, what was the point here of confiscating all of these?
Yeah, doesn't make sense.
But there you go, you can bring a flare.
Oh, that's great. What about...
You're going, right? You're going to go to India.
Yeah, why not?
Yep. It's Monday now, so
get your
I still have time. Yep.
Yeah, just hop on a plane, you know?
Yep. Well, no one's got their visa, so like I mentioned earlier, it'll be interesting to see who actually shows up.
Yeah.
That's true.
People getting deported halfway through a race.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Thrown up by security and chucked on a plane. Get out of here now.
That'd be good. Yeah, no, it'll be interesting to see if riders, I don't know about riders, but there's Taylor McKenzie had it on his Instagram earlier. He's trying again tomorrow. His visa's not through yet.
Let's have a look. Taylor McKenzie. 50-minute countdown to arrive.
Yeah.
And some guy. Try again tomorrow. So he's at the airport trying.
Yeah.
Oh my word.
Are the rest of the division track folk over?
Scott Ogden had a training video up earlier, so
yeah, he did. A lot of the riders haven't even kind of left.
Live or not?
Interesting.
No, I guess we'll see.
Lots of journalists and photographers too. Honestly, if you can get yourself to India, you might get a seat.
Oh yeah, just go there and try. You know,
you never know.
Well, Fabio's at a gig. I've just seen.
I think that was last night.
Was it? He was with the guy who waved the flag at Catalonia.
Oh.
You
No
know,
idea who that
when they
is.
fumbled it. What's his name? Andre like Moglia or something like that. He's on some Netflix TV show.
Rad.
Yeah, but let's talk about some of the moves as well. Firstly,
Smooths?
I mentioned this on the other week. There's the what?
The smooths?
The smooths.
The moves.
Talk about some of the smooths.
The smooths operators. Yeah.
More than willing. Yes.
Yeah,
Carry on.
I mentioned this the other week on the podcast and then actually never mentioned it or never went into it about Alex Rins not coming back this year.
Oh, yeah.
And Brad will replace him for the next 2 GPs, India and Japan.
Well, he has gotten on a bike again. It didn't go the way he wanted it, apparently. I didn't watch the video now that has come out of that specific training day, but I mean, if you don't have to get back on the bike,
especially with Honda.
Yeah.
Like, what are you gaining out of riding that Honda? Like, yes, of course, you got a contractor on her and stuff like that, but is it worth it?
Do they want him back desperately?
Yeah. Is there any point? Because you got Bradle there.
Yeah.
He's going to Yamaha anyway.
Yeah. I would just try and stay off that bike as long as I can.
Just hop on the Yamaha at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Because as well, obviously Alex Rins has got a backlog of Suzuki information sat in his head. The more he rides that Honda, I would feel that it would overwrite the Suzuki information he's got a little bit.
Yeah.
And so if
possibly.
he stays off it longer, that Suzuki information still stays fresh, and that's an inline 4, and obviously Yamaha have an inline 4 as well. So that could help him. As I'm just like speculating, of course, but
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
Bradle didn't look thrilled to be on it, so
Yeah.
no, I mean he's getting paid to ride it, I guess. Well, that's
So how come
I'd love to see Danny Pedrosa do a full year.
how come Lecuona's not doing it then? Is it just clashing
World
with
Superbikes clash.
bikes? Yeah.
Yeah,
Fair.
every single World Superbike ground now clashes with MotoGP to the end of the season because
that's a shame.
whoever put that calendar together is an absolute genius.
oh, does that mean they're racing this weekend too?
Yeah. Where are they racing?
Oh, and there's F1 this weekend, I think, as well. Oh, for God's sake.
World Superbike is at Bautista's. This is Bautista's home turf. So
What's
in
it?
Catalonia.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'll just find where the calendar.
Aragon.
There it is.
Aragon.
Oh, Aragon. I love Aragon. Yeah, Aragon
Yeah.
this weekend. And then the weekend after, aka the weekend of Japanese MotoGP, is Portimao.
Hopefully the
This
time
is-
zones
This
are
is
nice.
silly now. No, because now it's an all day thing. Now you're going to be sat in front of your freaking TV from 4 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's not good.
I did it last year, and honestly, never again. It was actually like you spent, like I said, all a day.
Oh, and then
and you're
BSB
like, "Ugh."
Yep.
will be in 2 weeks' time too.
Yeah.
So
You've got
next
F1 if
weekend,
you wanna watch that.
the Japanese Grand Prix is going to be the worst weekend ever.
Oh yeah.
There's going to be so much on.
Like it's nice as a racing fan, but as I said on a podcast the other week, like you kind of have a life as well.
No, you're not allowed
We have
to.
lives to live.
Do we? Do we have lives?
I say what we'll do.
No,
We'll
I'm just
take a
pretending.
championship each. And
Okay.
we'll cover it that way.
Sick. All right.
Go. I'll do all your socials. Don't worry.
Thanks. Just,
I won't. I can't be bothered.
I'll look out for the spelling mistakes.
Excuse you.
But yeah.
I see your edited posts all the time.
Yeah, I know. I'm terrible for it. I literally posted one the other day. Didn't even put a caption on it because I'm an idiot. So, yeah. Genius. But yeah, so some more rider moves. Obviously, Jonathan Rea has been confirmed to Yamaha. None of us have actually properly spoken about that, I don't think. I think it's a good move for Ray. He said he wanted something new. He could continue with Kawasaki, of course, but he wants to win races.
Yeah. I don't know. If I'm honest, I feel like even Yamaha are going to start to struggle against the Ducati in Superbikes soon. Because Ducati just have
they already are a lot
too
better.
much might behind them, too much data, too much MotoGP influence. I don't know. But yeah, like I get why he did it. The Yamaha does seem to be a better bike to be on than the Kawasaki. But
yes. Like, yeah, they got Belega up from Supersport as well, Ducati.
I feel so bad for Axel Bassani.
Yeah.
What a kick in the teeth.
Yeah. Massive kick in the teeth, to be honest. I feel really bad for him, like you said. It's interesting because I thought obviously it would be Bassani, but then there's lots of rumours of Petrucci, but maybe Bassani could now go to Kawasaki.
I think he should, after being overlooked like that.
Yeah, I do too. Like, it's just weird. I get it because they've got Belega in there, he's young and stuff like that, but you've got a guy who's already getting results.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
on your bike.
The thing with Belega is, like, he's had a period before where he hasn't performed. It's taken him a long time to find his feet. And it's great that he is, but surely the better idea would put Bassani beside Batista, get Belega up into World Superbikes itself, give him some time to learn the bike, learn, everything that he needs to learn, and then say maybe when Batista goes, you move Belega up. And you've got a really good young team then on your hands.
You'd think so. Because Moto Corsa, which is where Bassani is riding for at the moment, are running 2 bikes next year. So it's not like there wasn't a space for Bassani.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gorgeous, like you said. So there's not like there wasn't a place for him.
Yep.
But Petrucci's confirmed to
Barney.
I can never remember the name. Barney, that's it. I don't know. Maybe Digi will go to Moto Corsa, but Digi is rumoured to go back to Moto2 with the Grassini.
I don't see that.
No, I don't either, to be honest.
Yeah, it'd be weird.
Yeah, it would be weird. But some other confirmed moves. The biggest one I'll save to last. But IO have confirmed Jabi Zuratuza to race for them in Moto3 alongside Rueda. I did mention that on the pod the other week because he tested for them, then signed on the same day. Very good move, very good bit of business. Grassini Moto2 have signed Alberto Arenas.
Strange.
Which is a good move. Yeah, a lot of people slated it, like, 3 teams in 3 years, but it's like, bro, he's ridden for Aspar for well over a decade. I'm sure he's allowed to, like, move around a little bit now.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense in terms of Grassini's a up-and-coming squad in Moto2, I think. So it definitely makes sense that he has showed promise at IO, so I'm hoping that he can sort of hone into that next year.
I think it's a family environment that'll suit Arenas. Aspar's very much a family environment, and he flourished in that. He won a world championship in that squad. He moves to IO, which is just results. We need results. We need to come out P1, P2, P3 every session. If you're not there, where are you? And there's not that family environment. Whereas if you go back to Grassini, where there is, Luca Grassini, who's Grassini's son, is a team manager down there, and you've got obviously Nadia Padovani as well, who is Grassini's late wife, that's not right. Grassini's widow, sorry. Fausto Grassini's widow.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
So there's a family. It's built around the family. You've got a lot of good people there. You've got Manuel Poggiali as well, who's a rider there, and he's fantastic. So there's so many great people in there, and I think that would be really good for Albert, I think, personally.
Yeah, definitely. Nadia Padovani has her head screwed on, so
she's so good. Yeah.
She says, I'll believe in it.
Oh yeah, me too. And if she can get Marc Marquez on her bike,
No. No, just straight no. Just no.
How no?
Like fully no. Like 100% no.
Is that because it'd be too strong?
What do you know?
Nothing.
You know nothing, Lauren Alexander.
Based on my predictions, I know clearly nothing. I don't know. It's just the vibe.
Okay, the
vibe. Do you not have the vibes?
No, I think it'll happen. Jack Miller to Repsol Honda.
Yeah.
Wise
Pedro
up.
Costa to Factory Ducati.
Wait, Pedro Costa to where? Oh, to take Jack's seat then?
To take Jack's seat. Did I just say Ducati?
Jack could take a sabbatical.
Yeah, he's got a kid now,
considering now he's a dad.
Well done, Jack. Congratulations. Well, I should say, why am I saying well done, Jack? Well done to your wife.
Yeah.
She's done the work.
Wow.
I can't believe you just said that.
I know. Such a sexist. Yes.
Pig.
Well done to his wife. Yes. Congratulations to the pair of them. There you go.
This pod is unhinged tonight. What is happening?
Oh, God.
Oh, dear.
But yeah.
This is what we needed, a few weeks off.
In Moto3, though,
Oh, yeah.
Aspar have said bye-bye to Yamanaka and have signed Mr. Joel Esteban, who is a massive prodigy. He's very quick. I'm not going to say he's a future world champion because,
But
stop doing that.
Yeah, but is he, though?
Yeah, of course he is.
Yeah.
Every rider is, But
Wait till we start
Esteban,
calling people the next Pedro Acosta.
well, that's David Alonso's title at the moment, isn't it?
No.
Yes, it is.
No, he's too close to Pedro, so he will be he'll be the next alien. So you'll have Pedro Acosta and David Alonso in the same sentence in a couple of years in MotoGP.
Yeah, that makes sense. So we've got to look down to
Gotta look a couple
the mini motos. Yeah. That makes sense. But then I think the biggest one is Sergio Garcia and Ayagura being confirmed to the MSI Empty Helmet squad, which I believe opens a door for Mario Aggi to step into Moto2, because me and Axel were talking about it last week, and Aggi is an absolute unit on that Moto3.
Yeah.
So Moto2 spot for him would be very good.
Yeah, he's too big for Moto3, isn't he?
Yeah. But that puts a spanner in the works, because that, I would say, confirms Taka Nakagami to remain with LCR next year.
Mm-hmm.
But then if Ayagura's then come out of the Honda fold, so who's going to ride that Indomitsu LCR in a few years?
Did I read somewhere that he's still got a Honda contract?
You might have. I've not seen that, but I'm not going to say no.
I'm just going off vibes again. I really don't know. Absolutely everything that gets told is just, I feel like I've read it somewhere.
Thing is, after this stuff, it's true one day and then false the next day. Like when Marc Marquez certain to go to Gresini, and the next day is no, we're staying at Honda. So I'd be inclined to agree that, because he wasn't happy in that squad, but that doesn't mean he's not happy at Honda. So maybe Honda have loaned him out to the MSI squad for a year, and then when he is ready for MotoGP, he can hop up on that LCR Honda again.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like Taka Nakagami's doing bad, so...
No, he's doing all right.
Yeah.
All things considered.
Yeah, obviously Marquez isn't too pleased with him finishing races, but he's doing all right,
Yeah. Stick him on a Pramac Ducati. Why not?
That's just a result of everything, just Pramac Ducati, innit?
If you're doing all right on a terrible bike,
put him on Ducati. Alex Marquez went from back of the grid to winning sprint races. So
that's it.
Yeah.
Also, I've got a little thing about Franco Morbidelli, a little tidbit of information.
Go on then.
Franco Morbidelli, when he was 11 years old, back in 2006, was signed for Pramac Ducati as a young prospect rider.
So I saw your post, just before we came on to record, and I was like,
"Yeah,
that deck is he's cheeky, isn't he? He's cheeky."
Yeah, but yeah, so they assigned him when he was 11 years old.
So you've been a genuine, right? Are you being serious? Is that a thing right now?
But where did you hear this from?
It was years ago. Look, hold on, I'll get the article. Franco Morbidelli.
I am an idiot. I will believe you.
So are you telling me in all his contracts up to now, he's had a clause that he can always...
No. I think when he escaped the thing, I think it kind of ended a few years ago, shall we say. But yeah, they signed him into a MotoGP development deal to try and get him on their Pramac Ducati one day.
Well, then why would they have not just taken him when he came to MotoGP?
Because I think it fell apart after a while.
How long have there been Pramac Ducatis?
A long
Longer
time.
than I've known, apparently.
I think they had 500 cc's, I think, in Honda. They had a Pramac Honda, it was, before then.
Okay, actually, yeah, I can picture that. Fair.
Let's have a look. Pramac Racing. Yeah, 2002. It was a... Okay, so they had a Yamaha and a Honda.
Of course.
With
Same.
Abe, Perariba, Jose Cardoso, and Harada all riding for it. And Harada won the 2002 MotoGP World Championship on it. Well, the Manufacturers Championship. Sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say, that was an alternative timeline I was not familiar with right there. I was certain I knew who won that championship.
It says Manufacturers Champion. Oh, yeah, Honda won that championship.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because of Valentino Rossi, obviously.
Oh. Yeah, you're right.
And then 2003, they ran a Yamaha and a Honda again, before then going to the Ducati in 2004 with Zaus and Neil Hodgson.
See, I want stuff like that to happen again. I want there to be bikes out there with like Öhlins on the front and a WP shocker on the back, and then it's got a Bridgestone, wets, and you've got Michelin front slicks, and like just these bikes where they're just like, I don't know, they're just going off whatever they want
together.
Yeah, like they're just you posted something recently, or someone did, about like a bike starting this season with Öhlins, and then they ended up with Showa or something. I don't know. Like that kind of stuff I think is pretty cool, and we need to get back to that. Like just try and just other manufacturers of things, and just having these little Franken bikes that are that end
just
up
mashed together, like
yeah, exactly. But then that's just me being stupid. So
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, carry on.
Sorry, I zoned out for all of that. Sorry.
Yeah, so did I.
Nice.
Reading about Franco Morbidelli being an 11-year-old prodigy.
Yeah, that's it. It's weird, yeah, because I think, although he had the deal, I think after like 3 years it may have expired, because then he went to World Superstock 600 anyway.
How long are you going to make a deal for a young prodigy? Like, if you're not in MotoGP by the time you're 14, then deal's off, mate.
You're out of here.
Yeah, you're out, bro. I don't know, maybe they sponsored some of his seats, because I think he ran, back in like 2012, he did have Pramac logos. Oh my god, why can't I spell his name? There we go.
Thrilling.
So, back when he raced the Moto3s and the Stock 1000s... no, I don't think he did carry any.
What relevance does any of this have?
Because he's destined to be a Pramac rider, that's where the reference comes from. He was always destined to ride for Pramac, is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, we got there.
Yeah, we got there in the end.
Well, he took the long way around for that one, didn't he?
Took a while, but...
Just call him Ewan McGregor.
Yeah. He's also a Red Bull athlete as well. What the hell? That's weird.
Ewan McGregor?
Yeah.
No, Franco Morbidelli. Where's Charlie Ballerman when you need him?
Where? I don't know, he's taking the long way sideways now, I'm not sure.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's a good time to go back into the predictions.
Oh yes, the predictions.
So we didn't talk about them last week.
Good, maybe that's for the best.
We weren't here.
I don't freaking want to be honest, because I was 7 points behind you and now I'm 22. Cameron.
Brutal. Absolutely.
Do you know what?
Brutal.
I don't care anymore. I've given up.
Okay. Well, Cameron managed to get pole, third, second, first in Moto3. Pole was correct, and then the podium was incorrect. But you get a full 20 points for that because you managed to get all 4 correct in whatever order.
Would you look at that? What's that face for, Lauren?
Because the rules of this game is so stupid. I actually hate playing it. There's no enjoyment.
It ruins the races, doesn't it?
It's just honestly, where did David Alonso come from? I'm watching it live and I'm going, why has he done this right now? It ruins my day.
Well, you were third. You did put him on the podium, to be fair.
Yeah, but not to win. And then bloody last lap, I'm looking at him going, don't do this.
Why are you doing this? Yeah, and then he goes and wins.
Yeah.
It's tough. Holgada's fallen off a little bit, though, hasn't he?
Let's not talk about it.
Who did you put to win the championship?
Who?
Moto3. Oh, Lauren put Holgado to win the championship, Moto3.
No.
Cameron put Yamanaka.
But at least I'm not that far off.
Well, that's all right. I went Barry Baltus to win the Moto2. Oh, no, wait. This is biggest surprise. Whoops.
I think I still put Holgado to win.
You put Rueda. You put Rueda
to win? I picked the wrong rookie. But to be fair, coming into this season, Rueda was the hyped up one. So
yeah, of course. Yeah, it was massively. But then me and Cameron put Sasaki, which could happen.
I don't think it's gonna now.
No, I still believe in Holgado.
It's like 4 points off, though, isn't he?
Yeah, we're going to the flyaways as well, which is.
Aren't you? I'm torn now.
Well, she's got next year sorted, so he can kind of just send it now, can't he?
I think he will.
Yeah, I do as well. So Moto3, yeah, he leads. Holgado and Sasaki split by 4 points.
Wow.
Yikes.
Wow. So that'll be an interesting one.
There's like 5 of them though that are close together.
6 of them now. Yeah, so from Holgado to Ortola in 6th, there is a points difference of 29.
Gosh.
With Alonso in there.
Who do you put your money on?
Alonso is. But if Alonso, right, didn't crash out of Austria, he'd be leading the championship right now. Which is disgusting to think about.
What's that saying? If my grandmother had wheels, she would have been a bike.
Oh, Gino, here we are. I was waiting for that, yeah. If my grandma had the wheels, yeah. Classic British television, that.
Classic.
My favourite, yeah.
Did you see him and Gordon Ramsay arguing about how to make something the other day? It was quite funny.
I didn't see that, weirdly.
It was very funny. But yeah, so predictions. Cameron, I can't bother to go through it all, but Cameron we went into it. Cameron leading with 168, myself with 161, and Lauren with 107. Leaving Mazzano.
Hit 100? I wasn't here for Catalonia either, I just realised.
Ah, yeah, you hit the 100 club, well done. Leaving Mazzano, Cameron leads with 204, myself in second with 183, and Lauren with 112. Cameron's in the 200 club.
I vote we don't play this game next year.
It's all going to change the flyaways, though.
We should do our own showdown.
No, we shouldn't.
Yeah, we should.
No, we shouldn't.
Yeah,
that's a stupid.
That's
the worst idea.
Yeah, I think we should actually as well.
Showdown, as in like the trailing pack can get 0 points. Always.
Yeah.
As in, if Lauren predicts at least one thing right, she can get 50 points.
Wow. Like pity points.
Literally.
Oh,
I need
what a
something
hollow
this
victory
year.
It would be.
I don't care.
What is it?
A win's a win. I don't care how I get it.
It's true. It's true.
What's that "Come Dine With Me" quote? Where the guy's
what
like...
a sad little life, Jane.
That's it.
You've got all the grace and decorum as a reversing dump truck.
With no tyres on.
What's he say? I hope you take the money.
Yeah.
To get some lessons in grace and decorum.
Yeah, lessons in grace and decorum, yeah. So good.
I don't think I deserve this.
Nope. But anyway, right.
This is ridiculous.
Why?
Because we just talked about how great BSB is, and then I suggest let's do our own showdown, and all of a sudden it's the worst idea we've ever heard.
Ever.
BSB, they do it right. And then all of a sudden, no, Lauren, that's the really stupid idea. Why would we do that?
Why would we ever think of that?
Yeah. Well, why would you? I don't know.
Because Declan just made the points up for fun.
He does.
Because it suited him last year.
My point system makes sense.
Because it suited you last year.
Yeah, it'll suit me now.
Yeah, it's gonna have a shake up. Yeah.
Shakedown time.
But now if you get them all right, you get 0 points and disqualified.
Oh,
that's fine. I will win then. So it's fine.
Yeah. Anyway.
Right, let's get this show.
Predicting for India.
Pole position Moto3, please.
I mean,
I'll go with Sasaki.
Oh.
Okay. Where are we, India?
Anyone want to speak up? Yeah.
But there's nothing to go on, is the problem.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think this is where raw, unbridled talent is going to come through, and I'm going to say
Jorge
Alonso.
Martin is going to be on a bit of a shock. Oh, Alonso for pole. Okay.
Yeah.
Jorge Martin's making some good ground up there, isn't he? 36 points back.
Certainly is.
And
Less
he
than
says
victory.
the pressure's not on him to win the championship because he's a satellite rider, which is quite a dig at Ducati, but...
Yeah,
Love
but
it.
to be fair though, I said this the other day, like, him singing Pramac at the time was like a gut punch to him, but I think was the best thing that ever happened to him in his career because there's no pressure. Pecco's got all the pressure. He can just... Jorge Martin, if he finishes second, that's the best thing that's ever happened to Pramac.
I kind of want Jorge to do it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I think that'd be so sick. Especially after everything he's been through.
What's your poll
Yeah.
prediction, Lauren?
I mean, it could be anyone.
That's the point.
Who's actually going to be there on Friday morning?
True, yeah. Can we check visas before we do?
Yeah.
Can I check my riders in the country before I answer? No, I think Dennis Onchu. I believe in him.
Solid.
Okay. Nice. On shoe. Okay. Right. Third place podium. I'm going to go with Mazia. Cameron, please.
I don't know what the track looks like, so I can't even really...
It's quite an interesting one, to be fair.
I'm going to go... Nah, don't worry. I'm going to go on shoe for third, I think.
The
please.
third.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, and Lauren, please.
I'm going to go with Ortola.
Tola. So on shoot and then Ortola. Interesting.
What
Okay.
is this?
Well, second place, I've gone for on shoe.
Okay.
Cameron, please.
I'll have... Second place... I'll have Alonso in second, please.
Okay. Lauren, please.
I'm also going to have Alonso in second.
Oh,
Smart
well,
choice.
that's great
Yep.
because I've gone for Alonso in first.
Ooh.
Oh, good for you.
I'll have Sasaki first, please.
Nice. Okay, so we were saying that Colgado will lose the championship lead.
Yeah.
I don't want to
Yeah.
say that, but I've said it.
Who are you going for, Lauren?
Onchu.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Right, we'll start with you, Cameron, for Moto2 pole position, please.
You know you want to
Have
say
a look
Jake
at this
Dixon.
track. No, I don't want to say Jake
I'll send you a
Dixon.
photo of the track.
I don't look at this track. Let's have a look. Let me use all of this insightful knowledge I have of how
It's not
bikes
even a
work at
satellite
tracks.
picture.
No. This could be anything.
Oh, sorry.
This means nothing to me.
So it's
All right,
like
here's a satellite track. Try and work that one out for you.
Yeah.
That's worse.
Excellent.
Exactly.
I'm gonna go brave and maybe go someone like I think Shantra.
Tantra, okay.
Yeah.
To be fair, it will be hotter conditions, so I think like the Asian riders might do quite well, to be honest.
Yeah.
We'll go with Lauren second, please.
Bluff.
Anytime today.
Whoa, I'm stumped. Oh my god. I'm just gonna say Pedro Acosta because I can't be bothered thinking about it.
I've gone Acosta as well because he's the GOAT.
It's true.
Joe Roberts was
yes.
playing it on his whatever.
Yeah, he
the other
was,
day.
yeah. A lot of them have been, to be fair. Cameron, please, for third place.
Might I please have Acosta for third?
Oh, controversial. Okay, Lauren, please, for third.
I want. No, I don't trust him. I want Vietti for third.
Vietti third.
Interesting.
For God's sake, I've also gone Vietti third.
I'm getting points this week.
And I was going to go Arbolino, but I'm like, I don't.
Absolutely
at
not.
all. Yeah, no chance in hell. Cameron for second place, please.
Agura, please.
Oh, for God's sake, I've literally got a girl as well. Okay, Cameron. No, Cameron. Lauren, please.
Chantra.
Nice. I've gone a girl, as you can tell. Right, a victory, please, Cameron.
Chantra, pole and win.
Oh, nice. Lauren.
Agura.
Agura, wowzers. Well, I've gone with Acosta because that just seems like it's a safe bet, to be honest.
But is it a safe bet?
It's Pedro Acosta.
It's
Hasn't
India.
raced here. Like what? I just have nothing to go on in terms of like how anyone's gonna do. Like I need to see a lap around it first before.
Yeah, hold on. I may actually.
What, you've done a lap around it? What?
So I might be able to get a list whilst we're talking about it of riders who've actually raced at that track. Let's have a look if we've got full results here quick.
Like who?
Of riders who've raced the track
Yeah, but
in
like
that World
who?
Championship. I think like, because maybe Agora and things like that have ridden around it. No, I can't find anything about it. Well, I've got a list of names, but I've never heard of any of them apart from Brock Pearson, so
Right.
it might be a bit safe on that one.
Safe.
Like there's two-ish long straights, and then there's lots of sort of what look like tight bends. So it's kind of like Sepang a bit.
A little bit, yeah. It's a bit funky.
I like that.
A few of the sections would be quite interesting. I think it was turn 10 that Brock had like some mental line around. So I'm quite intrigued to see because it was.
No, go
Sorry,
on.
carry on.
No, go for it.
It's alright. I forgot what I was going to say.
Turn 1 looks scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How is that a turn? Turn 2? That's confusing me.
Going
There's
left,
nothing
isn't it?
It's just like it's a bit weird.
like a kink.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to get, because it was the Asia Dream Cup. Never heard of it in my life.
You're still on this, right? Okay.
I'm just trying to think of like riders that I've ridden. Hiroki Nakamura has raced it. I have no idea. I'm sorry. But yeah, no.
Okay.
Oh, Haraki Akubu and Hiroki Ono have ridden it. But that doesn't really help any of us.
And Brad Binder.
Yeah, why
I
not?
wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah. But yeah, sorry, I don't actually have any names to give you, unfortunately. But Lauren, MotoGP poll, please.
I wasn't expected to be thrown under the bus like that.
Unlucky. Well, as Tommy Bridewell said, always expect it.
True.
And you can't be crashed. Yeah. See, yeah.
True. Okay. I think it will be. Look, it's not who I think it's going to be. That's the problem.
What?
Bezzecchi. I don't think I've got a poll right this year.
I'll check. Do you want me to check?
That's what I mean. Like, whoever I say it's going to be, it's not going to be.
Oh, you got Messia at America.
Wow. One person.
Oh, I'm just trying to find. You got Bang Naya at Mugello.
That
And
brave
Acosta
prediction.
Sashing Ring. Yeah.
I really thought out of the box for that one.
Oh, Acosta at Sashing Ring as well.
Again, bold.
Yeah, but then you got Catalunya and with Dixon, and then Bang Naya as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've done all right.
Never mind. I take it back.
Yeah.
Well, then, there you go. Marco Bezzecchi.
I've gone with Jorge Martin because, pole hound. Cameron, please.
Well, I was going to just say Martin, but let's just keep things interesting, shall we?
Bender.
That was maybe going to be my second choice, but he's not much of a pole guy, is he?
No.
I might just get wild, just get like a little bit of a, let's say something like Marini for a laugh. Yeah, let's do it.
That'd be sick.
Let's go Marini.
I like that.
Yeah.
Nice. Cameron's got points to burn at this point, so it doesn't really matter.
You're just taking the
Not
piss
really.
now, yeah.
Yeah.
Can't wait till the showdown happens next week.
Yeah. Everyone's going back to 0, and I'm counting up your your podium positions, you get 1 point for each one.
If you get up for the races, does that count?
Yeah, you
Extra
get
points?
5,000 points for that.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
I'll be there.
Yeah.
Watch me.
Oh yeah.
Right,
fine.
Lauren for sprint winner, please.
Jorge Martin.
Nice. Good help. I've got Bagnaia. Cameron.
Brad
Binder. Okay.
Brett.
He is throwing points away, isn't he?
Wow, I'm telling Brad.
That's
my bro.
rude.
Yeah.
Brett.
He has won
Rude and disrespectful.
multiple sprints this year, I'll have you know.
He has. You are right.
I know.
That's a good point. I'm going to be nice then. Lauren, third place, please. You'll see in a minute.
What?
Just tell me who your third place is, please.
I haven't thought about it.
Oh my god.
I want it to be exciting, but then at the same time, what is exciting at this point?
Not a lot.
MotoGP. Fabio Didier would be quite exciting. Ralph Fernandez, by the way, is doing really well.
Yeah.
Very impressed with them. There you go. Ralph Fernandez third. Sorted.
No.
That's exciting.
You put it down then?
Yeah, I'm going to edit this podcast so that's your prediction.
Oh, great. Thanks.
Miguel Oliveira.
I was thinking that because he likes the new track.
He does.
He's good at a new track.
Yep.
Well, I've been nice and I've gone Brad Binder. That's why I'm being nice to Brad. So he's gone third for me. Cameron, please, for third.
Third. Let's have Pecco third.
Interesting. That's if he gets his blooming visa, innit?
Yeah, well.
Lauren, are you ready for second place?
Not really.
Oh my god.
Do you know, it would be fun because Marc Marquez is also really good.
You read that Dorner article, didn't
Yeah.
you? Yeah.
But I'm not that crazy. So I'm going to go for Aleix.
Nice. Okay. Okay, second place. I've gone with Jorge Martin. And Cameron, please.
Can I have... This is a right-hand track, isn't it? Yeah.
Marc Marquez.
I was going to say Alex Marquez.
Oh.
Yeah, lock it in, baby. Let's go.
Alex Marquez.
Yeah.
I put A Marquez so you can have a pick of the both.
Just A Marquez.
Just
Yeah. I've got A Espargaro, that doesn't... Yeah, that works as well.
Any
But it's
Espargaro?
more Anne. Yeah. Paul Espargaro's going to win it.
No, he's going to come second.
True. Lauren, for win, please.
Jorge Martin.
Oh, okay, nice. And Cameron, please.
Yeah, Martin, please.
Ooh, I've gone Bagnaia.
Interesting.
I just want to keep the championship interesting.
Yeah, me too. But this is the thing, like, I'm like, I want it to be interesting, but I'm also like, I want points.
But no one's
Yes,
ridden round here,
No.
which I have said now a million times, but like...
Yeah, take a shot every time Lauren says that.
You'll all be dead.
Shot of absinthe.
I don't know.
Interesting.
I'm willing something interesting to happen.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like, because I thought when Bagnaia had that Catalonia incident, I was like, that's it. Surely.
I didn't think he'd race
That's
in
it.
Misano.
Yeah, no, either did I. He was an absolute hero to finish third, to be fair. Apparently, Brad Binder said that Danny Pedrosa was only at 80% at Misano.
Oh, you could tell? I'm not joking.
So if he was at 80%, he could have blooming won
No,
the thing.
you could tell he didn't want to get involved.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Danny Pedrosa.
Which
makes...
fair, because you're like, I don't want to get involved in a championship that had nothing to do with me, but also just do
God,
it.
I love that man.
Yeah.
Makes me very excited for Alvaro Bautista at Sepang, though.
feel like we'll be underwhelmed compared to Danny.
I don't know. He's on the best bike, though, isn't he?
He would strike me as a person who wouldn't care that there's a championship going on.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah.
He'll send it. Yeah.
He would not care.
So if he's up there, I feel like he will go, well, I want to be on the podium, whereas Danny Pedrosa is going, look, it's not my place to get involved here.
Yeah. Especially if he's a World Superbike champion as well, or Bautista, that is. At that point, he's like, why not? I'm already a champion in my own series.
Side quests, yeah.
And, you know, the last wildcard victory was Troy Bayliss, 2006, Valencia. Why not get some heroics and put your name back in that history books?
Yeah.
And that's more impossible now than back in 2006, I would say.
Yeah.
Even on that 2006 Ducati.
Because he's 38 is Bautista. So to come in and potentially win a MotoGP race would be nuts.
Nah, he's not going to do it. He'll do well.
Yeah.
Top 10.
Top 5 would be good.
Be
That'd
great.
be great.
Well, now Danny's done it. And he definitely made a comment about it too, so I think he will have been watching that very closely to see how Danny did.
Because Bautista said that it feels good that Danny could do that because it just shows riders their time still can make the difference.
Yeah.
My controversial point on last week's pod with Axel, I said that Danny Pedrosa doing this well proves that riders of the current generation aren't as good as they were when Danny and all that were riding around.
No.
Like, I think a peak, like Danny Pedrosa back in 2012 would swipe the floor with everyone at the moment.
I think that Danny Pedrosa was one of the special ones, though.
Yeah, I think those top 4 were more talented. Like, you know, your Stoner, your Rossi,
yeah,
Lorenzo,
but I would put Pedrosa in that category. And no offense, but to a lot of people on the grid now, those 4 or 5 riders would beat, like Prime would beat.
I would. They'd wipe the floor with them. I think that's why Marc Marquez dominated in 2019 because he was also one of the aliens.
Yeah. That we don't have an alien at the minute.
No, we don't.
That's
I think like
all it is.
Yeah, the top 4 back then would be the top 4 again today. If it,
I think so.
But look how far off everyone else was. That's the thing. I think the quality
bikes were different. Yeah.
I think the quality as a whole has improved. I think the 22 riders that are lined up on the grid as a whole are much better than what we had 10 years ago. But there's no individual superstar.
No, like I think 10 years ago, put any rider on that current MotoGP grid, back 10 years ago, they'd finish 5th in the championship, I think. They'd have a hard time cracking that top 4, but I think they'd easily get 5th. Even Fabio Digia could probably finish 5th overall in that championship.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right.
But then the top 4 aliens are just, like Danny Pedrosa proved it that the level they've got is far superior to anyone we've got at the moment. You know, the only one that's really anywhere near to it was Marc Marquez, and he's on a bike that has no rear grip and stuff like that, you know.
But when you think about the, Valentino Rossi, Jorge Lorenzo, Danny Pedrosa's in that mix. I know he didn't win a championship, but you think back to that time, Danny Pedrosa is one of the first names that comes to your mind.
Yeah.
So that's all you need to know.
31 wins. Yeah, exactly.
He's just unlucky.
He's an alien.
Yeah, no, he's unbelievable. Stand by. It was always one of my favourites.
Well, he got, 330 points in 2012 when he lost the championship to Lorenzo. 330 points would win you a championship nearly every year.
Yeah.
It's obscene how many points he got.
The year that he broke his collarbone and all.
And Hector Barbera screwed his race up at Misano.
Yeah.
Then a young Marquez comes along.
And goes, haha, I'm going to just
wipe the floor.
Ruin any hopes and dreams you've got.
Yeah, but even then,
ruin the bike as well.
It was silly things that ended his championship. Like injury.
Yeah.
And just,
Yeah.
It's
unlucky.
just lovely to see him back there. And then he was back racing cars the other weekend, just gone. Doing the European GT2 Championship and the KTM Expo with Valentino Rossi was also racing in a different category. In GT3 for BMW.
How they grow up.
Yeah. I want to know how Valentino Rossi gets around the place in Misano.
Yeah. I bet it's maybe on a scooter.
Well, yeah, he is on a scooter. I did see him on a scooter, but I only seen him pop up every so often.
Yeah. I think probably with a nice little mask on or whatever, because he would get mobbed.
Yeah.
No, I kid you. He was in the paddock at one point, like
Was
where
he?
the Moto2 and Moto3 guys are. And I was walking, and he came flying up past me on a scooter, and I was like, what the like, that's Valentino Rossi. And then the only other times I seen him, he was on the service roads, but I never managed to catch him on the service roads. But I'm like, he just popped up here, there, and everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm like, how are you getting about here without getting...
Tunnels.
Absolutely murked, yeah.
Yeah. I don't
Weird.
know. Just thought...
Well, you got millions like he has. I guess you can afford some little sneaky tricks.
Someone says there must be a complete tunnel, like underground tunnel to Tavilla.
A Rossi tunnel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's that. Yeah, that'd be a nice little conspiracy, wouldn't it?
Well, he's got the keys now, so maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, he does. He does. You're right.
Nice.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, I think that's good.
Are we rambling now?
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, we are.
I think we have been for a while now.
Yeah.
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 I think that's a good place to end it anyway. Congratulations to the Yacht Yamaha squad of Karel Hanneke, Marvin Fritz and Nico Canepa, and the fourth rider, Robin Mulhauser, for winning the World Endurance Championship as well.
Congrats.
It was also Sylvain Guintoli's last race on a Suzuki.
I saw that.
He's rumoured to be going to the BMW World Superbike team as a test rider. Maybe there's an eye in there for a MotoGP team. Just going to leave you with that.
They're starting to muscle their way in, BMW, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
Throw their
Absolutely.
weight around. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But
Anyway.
yes, I think that's all we've got time for anyway. I hope you've enjoyed listening to the podcast, and we're back next week. A very tired one next week after India, but hopefully
No,
it'll go
let's
ahead.
record it at midday
Oh my
on
god.
Sunday.
He's-
Straight after the race.
oh,
Great.
geez. Good night.
How about no? Good night.
Bye.